Hi, I'm Derek. Let's get you unstuck. So, I was working on a project for this week's video, and it hasn't gone well. Day 4. So, in the meantime, I'll share with you a little bit of the project. Here is the first ever welded stud removal attempt I've ever done. It failed. So, the stud wasn't broken off, it was just stuck, and thankfully it's an aluminum head, so differing metals. From my understanding, it's relatively safe to weld on that as long as you're not putting crazy heat in there. So I tried this 4 times. These are black oxide originally. Just little M10 by 1.5 nuts. Originally black oxide, so it's safe to weld without, gassing yourself from the galvanizing materials. Threaded it on as far as it would go, because the studs are M10 by 1.25. You just get it that like one thread that the wrong size will go on. And then I just set up my welder as such. Basically set it to the defaults for 3/16 of an inch on MIG and turn the wire speed down a little bit. Simple enough. Line up the MIG gun for the middle of the hole and try to walk it around a little bit to get it to fill up that whole M10 passageway in there. But this took me 4 tries, and I think the trick on the 4th one is what's actually going to be valuable for you. So we won't beat around the bush too much here, but here is the trick. Can you see? So I did the same thing as normal on the end, except I got a little extra weld on one side, so don't do that. And then I put a little bead of weld coming from the flange nut down onto the stud. So you see that little bridge there? Just to try and reinforce it, because it sheared off the stud the last couple times there. The first 3 times, to be specific. Shear, success. And I suspect one of 2 things. Either it just had enough with the impact gun that it wanted to let go, or that was actually an effective trick. Getting that little bead of weld down the stud to about as far as we could go with the gun, not heating the block directly. So we have a little bridge, so it now has to shear this entire section instead of just that like 8 millimeters where the nut sits. And then, as you can see, the threads came out clean. It was just stuck in there. Been there for, 24 years per the 2002 manufacturer model year of the Frontier. And then it came out. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. I hope you have a good day, and cross your fingers that I can get this project done. I'd appreciate it. As always, YouTube would like you to, dance, sing, clap, like, subscribe, something. But whatever. Have a good one.